From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all of that thing. Like, what you trying to say?
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real
I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, and I'm looking at the screen like preach, cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
It's Peter Enough in general to know that a podcast. You keep your body clean. Yeah. I already know what it is, you heard me? There's another one. I'm out here out face all fucking day. You heard me? You can get mad if you want. Change the channel, you heard me? I got my guest coming on. But it's her story, you heard me? So I'm gonna let her tell y'all who she is and all that stuff.
Hey, how you doing?
Yo.
This your girl, Talented Queen. This is my second interview, but this is the first one like this. So,
What you mean like that?
happy.
Don't buck my head up now.
I'm
Flattery get
happy
you
to
everywhere
be
now.
here. No, serious stuff. I think I've been waiting for a long time for someone to even sit me down and ask me my story, which is crazy. Because nobody really sat down and asked me, you know what I'm saying, what's my side. So, um, I don't know where to start.
I'm a guide you. Don't trip. You
Yeah.
ready? Or you want to shout your people out first?
Yeah, first of all, I'm gonna shout out everybody. Shout out my mother and my father first and foremost, and then I wanna shout out to everyone that has been a part of my journey and helping me grow and succeed. And um, with time, you know what I'm saying, comes growth in understanding. Um, a lot of things when I was adolescent, I didn't understand. I didn't know the reasons why I was, moving off of emotions and.
Hold up. We're going to get to that. Believe that.
Right.
All right, so won't you
Yeah.
formally introduce yourself one more time?
I am Talented Queen. I originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Um, I was born there. I was raised in several different places. As far as like being placed in foster care and different things like that. So I have a diversity of the world and different people and cultures, and not everybody live.
So let's take it back to the time. Let's take them before the music where it all began. You heard me? You say you were originally from New Orleans and you grew up kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? Won't
Right.
you let the viewers from other places know how it is? You know from your point of view, growing up in New Orleans. You heard me?
Okay, so my point of view of New Orleans. Well, first of all, we got great food. Second of all, you know what I'm saying? I got my dancing and the way of being able to free myself and free my mind from my city. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, everybody around me experienced hurt, everybody around me experienced pain, everybody around me, went through things or whatever that has been unsaid. But we find a common ground to come together and, find a way to get through it together. So, um, that's what
So
I
the music kind of like you like a
it's,
virtual reality, like a therapy.
yes, it was a healing for me.
So what at exactly what point did the music come into play? You hear me?
Music, as far as rapping, it didn't come into play in the beginning. Dancing was my very first voice, and
So
then
rapping wasn't the plan.
rapping was the plan. Rapping just, I always knew that, I was a great dancer. And because, that was the first thing that I had done, started first, I started listening to the music and other rappers and learning from them and gaining the confidence that I too can rap and I too can voice my opinion and that it would be accepted of the things that I would, that I had to say on my mind. So rapping wasn't something that I was fully confident in. It was something that I done in secret. So I started off writing poetry. I started off, hot in my books and stuff like that, and then slowly, I would get in front of family members and different things like that, and I would let them know how I was feeling through my music.
What artists that you listened to before you started doing music? You hear me?
Um, First of all, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was one of the Lil Wayne was
Oh,
one of the
easy.
biggest ones. Um, Actually, I growing up or whatever before I became to get confidence in rapping. Um, I met Lil Wayne a couple of times before
Yeah.
through New Orleans. My mom told me growing up that because she's from Holly Grove, that Lil Wayne actually stayed like right there next door type stuff,
Shout
and
out.
people that I was around and that I know that is in his circle, I actually got to witness from the background, them rapping and them, doing their music and stuff like that. So I picked up on a lot of things. By the time I made 14, I was placed in foster care, and I was around, and I got to see him face to face getting off of the bus, and he was opening up the clothing store that's right there on Canal Street, and I wanted nothing more than right there for him to just take me. I'm like, just take me, just let me get on that motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
But he didn't, and that, like, being around other stars, being around other greats, being around other legends, having that experience over all of these years, seeing them floating around me, it just made me feel like I always got close, what I'm saying, but not close enough for them to bring me under their wing. And what I'm saying, that's what I wanted to work for. So I was like, what I'm saying, well, I guess if it didn't happen this time, what I'm saying, that it'll happen next time. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is like, okay, like Lil Wayne and certain artists and stuff or whatever that I actually visualize and see, and I know, where they came from, and that they're actually real people and they went through real struggles. People like, Beyonce per se, what I'm saying, that's
Yeah, you don't know her
sacrificed.
story.
I didn't, what I'm saying, I didn't see her as
You don't know her story.
a person that I can, well, I didn't think that she was real to where I can
Man,
physically
we thugging down here. We couldn't
touch her.
relate. We
You
couldn't
get what
relate.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
We
it's
we more
like,
me and X down here.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I love my city though. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, through a lot of things that I was going through or whatever, even though I felt hurt and pain and different stuff or whatever, I still try to give the best of me by, what I'm saying, giving my talents and showing, what I'm saying, what it is that I'm capable of doing and that I am great too.
So from going through what you went through, the foster care and all that stuff, how were you still able to maintain that music dream?
Well, through foster care and the music, a lot of times I kind of put the feelings and the music to the side because I was focused on, what I'm saying, survival. I was focused on, what I'm saying, helping the next person that they didn't go through what I was going through, that I can be a helping hand to the next person. Um, Me, I fell in love when I got into foster care. I fell in love with children. There was a lot of kids that had, what I'm saying, more things that happened to them than me. You know what I'm saying? Their story was like, I was like, what I'm saying, when you going through things or whatever, you feel like, what I'm saying, your life is just the worst, you will come across people that done had it even worse. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be around kids and for them to grow up knowing that somebody cared. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in foster care, I basically, took my talents elsewhere by doing hair, by doing nails, by being of a service to people, by
What?
cleaning, by cooking, by, you know what I'm saying, educating myself and going to school and, you know, getting a job and showing my family or whatever that, you know, I can do the things that they probably thought that I couldn't do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So you said at 14, that's when you put it in your head that you was a rapper. Now, did you start off writing? Did you start off
I
like taking?
started off writing at about 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
So my uncle Dying Slims, he's out in California. He and my dad, they had a rap group back in the day. My dad was one of the first people to sign with 504 Records back in the day. And I actually grew up in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around music. I grew up around all my uncles and stuff like that rapping. I grew up around the music, period.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just didn't know which way I would go as far as with it because my grandfather played instruments, so I wanted to do that. So I started playing the horn and all this and that, and you know what I'm saying, playing around with the piano. My grandma gave me a piano. Then you know I was around family members that loved to sing, and my grandmother had me in church, and I did choir. So I was like, well, maybe I'm a singer, you know. And then I was going to places like the House of Blues and all kind of other places or whatever, and you know performing and dancing and doing all these shows and stuff like that, which I was the very first female that started with Game Over Skip and Big Chew back in the day, when they was, you know, all at the skating ring, and you know what I'm saying, everybody had everything popping, and you know everything was a big community and it was all about love. So
Mm,
I come back from those roots, you know what I'm saying, and I had to find myself and find what I am. So I named myself Talented Queen for another reason because, you know, I have many talents and I couldn't directly ping pong on which
ping
talent
pong.
I wanted. Yeah, I couldn't ping pong on which talent I wanted to really penalize. But, you know, I always fell back into music. I always fell back into lyrics. I always fell back into writing. I always fell back into rapping. So I felt like, well, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Why choose? I have to pick, put myself in a box to where I have to choose what it is that I want to be when I can be it all. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So I write my poetry. My poetry turn into songs. My songs turn into raps. My raps turn into, you know, spoken word. And I go on and on and on and on.
you did. You heard me? So, okay, what was the first song you wrote?
Hmm. First song that I ever wrote was a rap.
Mm-hmm.
Was a song called Uptown is Coming.
How many songs you wrote from that one to the most recent one? How many songs are in your catalog?
Um, I got a couple of books, a couple of albums.
I mean, a number.
Um,
Round it off to the nearest 10, you heard me?
I have about maybe 30 songs.
So out them 30, which your favorite is?
When it rains, it pours.
What is it about when it rains and pours that put it over the other 29, you heard me?
When I wrote When It Rains, It Pours, that was me telling, you know what I'm saying, my enemies, my the devil, you know what I'm saying, and anything else that may persuade my mind of thinking differently about myself, you know what I'm saying, that when it rains, you know what I'm saying, it pours, you know what I'm saying? Like when things get hard, you know what I'm saying? It really comes down if you're making the wrong decisions, you know what I'm saying? And
Accountability.
yeah, exactly. So when it rains, it pours. I said, and I give a fuck about a hated nigga, and that's for sure. So people that may have hated me or may, you know what I'm saying, doubted me or thought that, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't do it or couldn't make it because I sat up there and I listened to a lot of that growing up. I listened to people
Mm,
that I felt real dear to me and real dear to my heart, and they didn't have, you know what I'm saying, the confidence that I can make it. They didn't have the confidence, you know what I'm saying, that I
did that
would,
bother
you
you?
know, grow.
Did that bother
So in the beginning, it bothered me. It bothered me a lot. But growing up, You know what I'm saying? I know that I don't listen to the haysayers. I don't listen to, you know what I'm saying, people that doubt me or whatever like that. I know how far I can go. I know how far I've went. I know what I've been through. I know that, you know what I'm saying, whatever testimony or obstacles that I went through was all part of a plan, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying, to get me to
Mm.
my greater purpose. You know what
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
saying?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I went to foster care and, you know what I'm saying, I went through this and I went through that or whatever, but it also made me a woman. It also made me aware of who I am and the choices that I made, you know what I'm saying, so that I can be aware of the choices that my kids might make.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
you know what I'm saying? So when, you know, when I had my son, it kind of like slowed me down, but it wasn't until I had my daughter that was
Mm.
the key and the eye opener, because my daughter is a very split image of me. My daughter dances, she has talents, you know what I'm saying? She's just as beautiful, you know, and my daughter is, you know what I'm saying, the key of my eye, you know what I'm saying? She's the most, like, I love my son, don't get me wrong. But like I said, when I look at my son is a man, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I leave that to his father. When it comes to my
I
daughter
salute you for
is,
that. I
my
salute
daughter
you.
is, you know what I'm saying, the split
Mm.
image of me. And I want to make sure that I'm making the cautious decisions that's not going to persuade her mind in thinking that things that I've done in my past, that those are the right things to do. I don't want her to think that, you know what I'm saying, nobody loves her, you know what I'm saying, or nobody's paying attention to her or whatever. I wanted nothing more than for my parents to show up at, you know, my schools and attend my graduations and to have a prom and do this and do that. But I felt like, you know what I'm saying, by the time I hit my 21 or whatever, I felt like, damn, my whole, you know what I'm saying, childhood was really stripped from me because of the choices that my mom decided to make or whatever. I was left to raise all of her children, and I
Mm.
didn't ask for that, you know what I'm saying? So that was another thing that really made me frustrated, because I just didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? All I kept yelling to her was that, "Ma, I want a childhood, I want a life. When does my life start?" You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
I didn't know that shit, when I came out of her, my life had started. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I needed those, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I needed those life lessons, you know what I'm saying? Me taking care of my brothers and sisters, knowing how to balance, you know what I'm saying, books and helping her with bills, and you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe God put me in her life because he knew that she didn't have anyone else. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stand up, you know what I'm saying, for my mother, stand up for, you know what I'm saying, the fact that she had less than, you know what I'm saying. I looked in her rearview mirror and seen that the things that she had done went through, and knew that, you know what I'm saying, what she does is what she knows not, you know what I'm saying. So I
Mm.
stood on that, and I stood on the decision to protect my mother in any way that I was possibly could protect her, by keeping my family together, by keeping my brothers and sisters, you know, out of the system, even if I had to sacrifice myself and go there. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had to sacrifice myself and, you know what I'm saying, do what it was that I didn't want to do, that I didn't feel comfortable with. I knew that my brothers and sisters ate. I knew that my light stayed on. I knew that, you know what I'm saying, I gave my money, my mother money whenever she needed it, you know what I'm saying, so that our family can still grow and our family can still prosper. So whatever decisions that I made in my life, I don't regret anything that I've done in my life, you know what I'm saying, because I know that it made me grow. I know that, you know what I'm saying, God doesn't make mistakes, you know what I'm saying. And I know that, you know what I'm saying, who am I to sit here and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, why is this happening to me? Or this just happening to me? You know what I'm saying? This is happening to us as a whole. This is happening to us as a race. This is happening to us as a world. You know what I'm saying? And we all trying to make it. We all trying to eat. We all trying to, you know, prosper, grow. And you know what I'm saying? We all made decisions and mistakes that we probably, you know what I'm saying, was forced our hand. But I know that we don't regret the things that we have done, because it has made us to who we are.
Oh, yeah,
You
fucking
know what
right.
I'm saying?
So, and when you realize that, right? Did the
Hmm.
music ever get in the way of that, or
No,
did that ever get in the way with the music?
no, I still write.
No, I'm saying, has life ever gotten in the way of the music, or has music ever gotten in the way of life, or they kind of coincide with each other?
My music is my life. The things that I write about, you know what I'm saying, is my life. That's what I wrote. That's what I went through. Those are life experiences. You know what I'm saying? I don't lie on paper. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I set up there and I wrote, you know what I'm saying? That's me. That's all me. You know what I'm saying? There's me pleading for help. There's me telling my reasons why. There's me, you know what I'm saying, accepting, you know what I'm saying, me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's me. So yeah, my life and my music, that goes hand in hand.
So you said you started when you was 14, but at what point did you know that you was gonna do this music shit for the rest of your life? You hear me?
That was at 14. I started writing at 8.
Okay,
I
okay.
wrote
And
my
since
very first
14,
song at 8. The very first time that I ever sat in front of a group of family, you know what I'm saying, in the studio, I was about, 8 years old or whatever, and I started to write. I started to do my music and stuff like that. And my uncle, he wanted to take me under his wing and, bring me to California with him and this, that, and the third or whatever, because he was focused on my dad for a long time, you know. And then once I came along or whatever, and he seen, I guess that I had
uh,
a bit more to say, you know, he started to turn his attention to me.
hmm hmm and at what point was that?
That was when I was about 8 years old.
Oh, that was at 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so from then till now, what's the biggest lesson that you've
Hold
learned
on,
in
Pooh.
entertainment so far?
You say the biggest lesson I've learned in what? Entertainment?
Entertainment. Hmm
The biggest lesson? Yeah, you can go by Jesse Frame. No, no. What? Can we go by? Go see if he home. Let's go see if he's awake. But okay, excuse me. So the
Good
first
dog, good dog.
time that I realized you say that, I'm
Now,
sorry.
what's the biggest lesson you've learned so far from the entertainment, from doing the music?
Oh, okay. That's a big one. Okay, so the biggest lesson that I've learned in doing music and as far as with entertainment
Hmm
goes, you know what I'm saying? All entertainment, you know what I'm saying? And acts and tricks and all this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? First of all, ain't nobody stupid. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody stupid. So I feel like when it comes to the tricks, you know what I'm saying,
hmm
that it's best to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It's best to be loyal. It's best to, you know what I'm saying, do it right the first time. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever goes around comes around. That I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? That I know for sure. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the biggest lesson that I've learned is to show my full hand.
Now, when you say show your full hand, right? Do you think that since from you being a female that it's been harder, or that put like an extra chip on your shoulder, that you know what I'm saying, you had to go extra hard in this game, or you just got in where you fit in?
No, I ain't getting where I fit in. And I ain't think that, you know what I'm saying, I had that work extra hard. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to when it comes to love, you just don't know, you know what I'm saying, where it's coming from. And you don't know, you know what I'm saying, always people true intentions, you know what I'm saying? And if they saying I love you because, you know what I'm saying, the malicious act of wanting something from you, or they really saying I love you. So with me, I've always been confused on, you know what I'm saying, people's intentions. And, like say for instance, me and you, for instance, you know what I'm saying, we had a disagreement. And then, you know what I'm saying, I felt some type of way about something that you said or did, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't in the right manner. Instead, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, I would be like, oh, men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker done piss me off. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And I would shut down and I would close my walls and my heart to every other man. So now I'm making every man pay for what it is that one person done to me, if you get what I'm saying. And
Oh, I get exactly what you're saying.
I feel like every woman that may have gotten hurt have done that same thing. You know what I'm saying? The same thing like with men or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? He may have got it cheated on, you know what I'm saying, or felt that, you know what I'm saying, you
You should
wasn't loyal or whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now every relationship that he might get into, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, he's
be
spiraling out of
bringing that
control.
luggage with him.
And he bring that luggage with him. And I've been in a relationship like that where I had to work extra hard to prove myself to a person, you know what I'm saying, letting them know that, hey, I'm here. I'm different, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying, cause you no pain, you know what I'm saying? But because all he can do is reminisce on his past, and you know what I'm saying, he's done locked his heart up, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us tend to do. We lock our heart up and we guard it, you know what I'm saying?
We're just talking
Not
about
knowing when, you know what I'm saying, to give the key to let it open. You know what I'm saying? I
betrayal. The betrayal to have you like that.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? I sit up there and I know that a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, not just me, but a lot of us been portrayed, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of us been hurt, and you know what I'm saying? So me, I feel like when you have self awareness and you know what it is that you have done to cause pain,
Mm-hmm.
then you can stop in those footsteps, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? To not cause pain no longer.
You're in tune with yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You ever thought about quitting music?
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
It's your therapy.
Yep.
What's the
I ain't gonna
last
never
single?
stop writing. I mean, that's all I do. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially me, I never been the person, the type of person that, you know what I'm saying,
Give up.
can sit there and have a conversation. Me and you having this conversation is kind of crazy because, you know what I'm saying, I've never been a person to really open up. I never been a person to let my walls down. I've never been a person to open my heart, you know what I'm saying, to trust anybody. Trust is the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying. I never really trust anyone because when I was younger, my trust was violated, you know what I'm saying. When I was much younger, you know what I'm saying, my mind was trained, you know what I'm saying, from that moment on, you know what I'm saying, that everybody that I might encounter in my life coming going forward, that they would do me the same things, and I would prevent that from happening again by closing my heart, by shutting myself off, by, you know what I'm saying,
Betrayal.
staying to myself. I'm a kind of person that I don't know if anybody else has ever done it, but I can lay in my bed and sleep, literally sleep and stay there for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And you know what I'm saying, I was diagnosed with depression when I was younger, major depression, and I was depressed about a lot of things. And instead of somebody just waking me up and saying, you know what I'm saying, hey, you are beautiful, you are worth it, you know what I'm saying, that whatever did happen in your past or whatever like that, that does not, you know what I'm saying, dictate what's going to happen in your future, you know what I'm saying.
Well, look, you beautiful, you worth it, and what happened in your past ain't gonna dictate to your future. You heard me? Facts. So, what is your future? What you got in your future? What you got coming up?
In my heart, always, I guess, wanted love.
You good? You need a minute?
I really felt nobody cared. But having kids, having a man that is around me, that's showing me what love is and that he cares,
It's amazing, huh?
is more than what I could have ever imagined to ask for, because I just never thought that that would come, you know.
Like a support
So
system. How important is it for an artist and a person to is that support system? How important is that?
I'm sorry, you say how important what?
You say what you describe is kind of like a support system. So
Hmm.
as an artist and as a person, how important is that support system?
A support system is very, very important, especially somebody like me that's always felt like I've been alone in this world. Um, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I never opened my eyes to look around me to see, you know what I'm saying, my support team. And I have a support team. You know what I'm saying? I have my school, I have instructors, I have mentors and, people that do music and a part of the music that, what I'm saying, has been guiding me in a positive way. I have, fiance that, what I'm saying, he supports and makes sure that I'm good, sickness and health, what I'm saying. I have my kids, what I'm saying, that supports me and uplift me every day to know that, what I'm saying, I'm loved. I still have a mother on this earth, and a lot of us don't have our mother, our grandmother, our father, what I'm saying. And I'm blessed to say that I still have a mother, no matter what it is she did. And I have a father, what I'm saying, no matter what decisions he made. And, what I'm saying, I still have at least a grandmother or two, a grandfather, what I'm saying, that shows me what a man looks like. He shows me what a hard work of a man, what, dedication is. My grandmother shows me, what hard work it takes for a marriage to build, what I'm saying, that cute communication is number one key. I've always known that, what I'm saying. But, sometimes when you're in a relationship and you find that you have a man that is stubborn on communication and you just can't figure out what it is that he's thinking, us women, we tend to, what I'm saying, grasp on anything, what I'm saying. I'll imagine nary factors be going off the goddamn on chain, like,
Oh,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying.
Oh, I know.
This guy
I know.
this gotta be happening, that gotta be happening, what I'm saying. He don't
Yeah.
love me, this, that, and the third. Then it becomes to pointing the fingers at him, to start pointing the fingers at yourself. And I started pointing fingers at myself, what I'm saying, and was like,
Accountability.
well, what I'm saying, self-esteem about myself, what I'm saying, not loving myself, not thinking that, what I'm saying, well, if he doesn't, what I'm saying, find me sexy, or if he don't find me, what I'm saying, this, that, and the third or whatever, then something may be wrong with me. So then you start to self destruct, you know what I'm saying? And for a long time, I was self destructing. I was, man, I was self destructing like a mud, you know what I'm saying? Being young, my mom used to always say, I don't want nobody knocking on the door and saying that, what I'm saying, they done found your body here, this, that, and the third to happen. And my response to her would be, what I'm saying, Mom, I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared to die. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta die one day. And that was all based off of me seeing so many deaths. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother's passing away, my grandfather's passing away, this, that, and the third. I started to lose so many people that was dear to my heart to where I felt like, shit, well, my time must be coming. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I crossed myself off before I even, what I'm saying, gave myself a chance to live without even, what I'm saying, taking a look at, what I'm saying, their life and what they went through, what I'm saying, and the decisions that they may have made, what I'm saying. And I know that, what I'm saying, whoever it is that we have lost, what I'm saying, they didn't die or leave us in vain, you know what I'm saying? They left us with life lessons. They left us, what I'm saying, with knowing the right things to do by us being able to see the wrong things that was done. So
Mm.
bro, growth is something else, like, you know what I'm saying. And I think that I'm on a good path, you know what I'm saying, by me being only 26 years old. There's people, in this world that, what I'm saying, is gone way before 26. But to
Yeah.
be, what I'm saying, 26 years old, what I'm saying, and learning the life lessons that I have learned on a faster pace, what I'm saying, and understanding my self-awareness, and stopping, what I'm saying, my self-destruction before, what I'm saying, I actually break down. See, I look at us like, what I'm
Your
saying.
life wasn't hard. It was just a process.
Yeah, and I've heard that before.
I see it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Um, what's the last thing you dropped and what you about to release?
The last thing I dropped is a song called No Time to Lose by Casso, well, Future and Casso. Me and
Mm.
him did that song in Atlanta. The next song that I am about to get ready to drop is a song that I have wrote like 4 or 5 different times to the same beat, but I've went about it, you know what I'm saying, different ways, different delivery, and right now I'm trying to piece that together. I haven't officially came up with a title for it yet, but I have a producer, you know what I'm saying, which is Rob Fashion. He's down there in New Orleans. I have grown up with him, you know, and grew with him as an artist, and you know,
Y'all
he's
got that
somebody.
chemistry.
Yeah, he's definitely family. I supposed to be trying to get to him about this week so that we can finish that song. I feel like now that I have a lot of self awareness and I have a lot of time to, you know what I'm saying, sit back and, you know what I'm saying, think about my future rather than, oh, that's a big one, focusing on the past. You know what I'm saying? I can focus on moving ahead. I can focus on, you know what I'm saying, where I want to go
You
and where
can't
I
see
want to
what's
take
in
my life.
front of you if your head turned backwards.
Right.
Yeah. It took you long. It took you a long time to learn that.
26 years is long but short time, you know. So I mean, it took me, you know what I'm saying, and enough time for me to understand, you know what I'm saying. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, from birth as kids or whatever, like you having a 1 year old, 2 year old or whatever like that, we all know that it's gonna take them time. So, you know what I'm saying, I took the necessary time that I needed. I took the time to heal. I took the time to grow. I took the time to free my mind and to understand that, you know what I'm saying, you just can't be out here doing anything. So
Define talented queen.
talented queen is a warrior. Talented queen is a survivor. I'm not a victim. You know, talented queen is someone that has grown into, you know what I'm saying, a woman that has blossomed into her future, that has overcome obstacles that she thought that she would never be able to face, things that I never thought that I would be able to learn from, or, you know what I'm saying, things that I was confused on, that I had questions about for so long. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for answers from everyone else when the answers has always been within myself. So talented queen is someone, you know what I'm saying, that's very talented, that can do all things within Christ that strengthens her. Talented queen, you know what I'm saying, is a queen, and I'm the queen of my castle, not nobody else's castle. You know what I'm saying? I'm the queen of my throne, my household, and I'm on my path, and I continue to stay in my lane and on my path, you know what I'm saying, and not cross with anyone else's.
Keep that. Don't turn that blank on now. Keep that blank off. You a very motivating young lady. Have you thought about speaking to younger ladies?
Always, I have done a lot of spoken word to people over the years. When I attended YCP, I
Which
got
one?
to Minden, Louisiana.
I was in Carville.
What?
Hmm.
Yes, so I graduated from there, and I was able to overcome and face a lot of life obstacles. Um, and I was able
You
to,
look. Let me tell you something. You faced that and overcame that. You can face any fucking thing. You can
yeah.
face anything. You hear me? So, where you see yourself in the next 5 years? You hear me?
What I'm praying for at this point is growth in my music. A lot of times, when I'm writing my music, I have a lot of um, writer's block. That's what you call it. I have a lot of writer's block sometimes, so where I would start the hook of a song, and then I will go down to my verse, and then my mind go blank, and I'm like, okay. So, you know what I'm saying? Me, I start to look on things. When you look in your page, you gotta look at the good things. So when I look at, you know what I'm saying, my review mirror or whatever like that, I take pieces, you know what I'm saying, that were good. Like, okay, the fact that what got me through other songs that I completed. You know what I'm saying? One, I got myself out of the house. You know what I'm saying? I was able to see life in a different setting, the life in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I wrote a lot of great songs that people love. You know what I'm saying? From the bed and the passenger seat of my fiance's 18-wheeler truck. So while he was working and making his money and things like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was a way that I was able to free my mind and look out into the world. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to write, and my pen was just flowing. So, you know what I'm saying? By me being in the house, you know what I'm saying, I guess
Cooped
crammed
up.
up with my thoughts, you know what I'm saying, and too many of them, you know what I'm saying, I began to experience that writer's block. So I know that I need to, one, free myself, free my mind, you know what I'm saying, and get out there more, see more things, experience more things. It's a lot of things that I shut my own self off from being able to experience and being able to see, you know what I'm saying. And now I feel like God has placed someone in my life that I can make, you know what I'm saying, those steps with, that I can view, you know what I'm saying? Like I was viewing it with him then. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, I can continue our journey and continue making those steps, you know what I'm saying, with him to be able to see the world, you know what I'm saying, in the way that I want to see
FREE, fuck nigga free, huh? What?
it.
You speaking of that, are you open to features?
Yes. Yes, I
If
am.
you had a if you had a choice of three mainstream rappers to do a feature with, who would they be and why?
Number one would be Kevin Gates.
Why?
Kevin Gates is not only a fan favorite of mine, but he's also a fan favorite of my fiance.
Okay.
So that's a mutual agreement right there. Easy one to make. Another thing is, I heard in his song that he said that he would like for every artist from New Orleans and Baton Rouge to make it. So when I had heard that, that has stuck with me for a long time, a long time. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, when I listen to the song, I'm like, me, me. So
Inspiration.
So, in a lot of songs that he have written, I can relate to on a whole nother level. So, he's number one, and then the next artist I would do a feature with would be
If you don't fuck with them old bitch ass niggas, you don't fuck with them old bitch ass niggas. Straight up. You understand me? Can't think of no more. Ain't no more.
yeah, another one that I would do is Luane. Luane, I would do a feature with him because that is a part of my culture. First of all, I felt like when I seen him and Superbad, you know what I'm saying, do the performance that they did together, I was like, I was supposed to be on that goddamn stage.
You
Me,
heard me?
God damn it, me,
Yeah,
not
dig.
not you know what I'm saying, me and not her, but
Yeah.
also me. Like, why
Oh
wasn't I
yeah.
up there too?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, hold up, something ain't right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So the third artist that I would love to work with would be a singer, and I just don't know why I got Usher in my head. He's just up there.
Okay. Okay. You thinking big.
Usher is in my head. Usher is someone that I started to listen to um back when I was very, very young. You know what I'm saying? When my mom was like after Hurricane Katrina, my mom had to move to Houston, Texas, and me being only 8, 9, 10 years old, I'm in there with the broomstick, supposed to be cleaning up, and my mom done got me a radio. I got the whole CD, and baby, I'm listening to him, and I got Nelly going, and I'm listening to Escape.
You understand?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Escape, like you ain't asking about 4 or 5, but Escape is a women's group, just like TLC and a whole bunch of other women and groups that I felt like, you know what I'm saying, I I know them and their story and where they came from, and you know what I'm saying. I relate to them on a different level. I've always looked up to them or whatever. You know what I'm saying. As strong women to know that shoot, I want that marriage, and you know what I'm saying,
You
that
won't get weak in
union
the
and
knees for
the
somebody too,
the
huh? Get that heart
kids.
beat, you heard me? Yeah. So look, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
From being a female artist, what you think happened to all the girl groups and the girl, you know what I'm saying, rap groups and all that stuff? Where they went, in your opinion? You know what I'm saying, since you the female artist.
Um. I feel like jealousy and you know what I'm saying, people doing each other wrong as far as going behind each other back and you know what I'm saying, maybe sleeping with, you know what I'm saying, the person that they loved or you know what I'm saying, something like that, some type of betrayal, you know what I'm saying. I feel like they probably, you know, split up or got mad or distanced themselves, you know what I'm saying, as a union, as a whole, because, you know what I'm saying, things was broken in their relationships.
Mm. So knowing that, seeing how the state of the rap game now for a female artist, in your opinion, do you think it's dangerous?
Do I think the rap game is dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
It's only dangerous if you are the one that is self-destructing. You're making and creating danger for yourself. That's where
Mm-hmm.
plays self-awareness. So being, you know what I'm saying, self-aware of what it is that you doing and how you hurting the next person, you know what I'm saying, and what, you know what I'm saying, you can, you know, some of us don't never go back to fix, you know what I'm saying, what's broken. You know what I'm saying? And me as an example, I fix phones and you know what I'm saying? Say for instance the vase broke. So happy my kids done broke it in the house. I would run in there, get some super glue or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And I would put those pieces back together. You know what I'm saying? I will repolish that vase and make it hold again. So a lot of us don't go back to right our wrongs. A lot of us don't go back to, you know what I'm saying, put those pieces back together in our life. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when you decide to walk away and you just come to a wall to where you just never, you know what I'm saying, meet a common ground within yourself to know that I am self-destructing. I am hurting someone. You know what I'm saying? That
Talk that
I,
talk
you know
that
what I'm
crime and
saying?
ground in your motherfucking self shit on this motherfucking
That,
podcast,
you know
girl.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, was looking at life, you know what I'm saying, in the wrong way. Some people, you know what I'm saying, it's too late. You can't get those relationships back, you know what I'm saying? And other times, you know what I'm saying, you can go back if you try, you know what I'm saying? First of all, it's always about willing. It's about what you're willing to do and what you're willing to accept and what you're, you know what I'm saying, if you're willing to grow. So, you know what I'm saying? Me, I feel like at 26 years old, I have grown tremendously. I have grown a lot, you know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
whatever I say it from the heart, you know what I'm saying? I say what I mean and I mean what I say, you know what I'm saying? I feel that now that I have an understanding about what it is that I have done in my life and what it is and self-awareness about, you know what I'm saying, how I may have hurt the next person or whatever like that, that, you know what I'm saying, they won't get that same queen, you know what I'm saying? It's called the rebirth. So, you know what I'm saying? I plan to be reborn again. I plan to, you know what I'm saying, right my wrongs. I plan to, you know what I'm saying, focus on me, myself, and I, and not the past, not the next person, not looking over into the next person's yard. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, even if the grass is greener on the other side, it may be fake,
Got ants in it and all that though.
right?
Red ants bite,
Exactly.
leave a mark.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? So when the next album dropping, I'm gonna say the next project of the single, the next single that you say you got dropping. Is that a project or just a single?
Um, it's another single.
Mm-hmm.
It's another single, but
Is
I
that your best
have,
work?
huh?
Is that your best work?
Um, I don't know if it's my best work because I'm not, you know what I'm saying, um, my audience. So I can't never, you know what I'm saying, predict how a person will perceive me or how they would view me or look at me. But you know what I'm saying? I just try to be honest, open, and free about my delivery and what it is that my attentions hold. You know what I'm saying? So, is it my best work? I would have to ask my fans that. Is it, you know what I'm saying, great work? Is it work that I'm proud of? Yes, it is. So I feel like long as I'm proud of it and long as, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I feel like it would be a positive impact on my community, then, you know, it's great work.
What's the most difficult thing about what you do? You got this shit, huh?
Nothing.
You got
Nothing.
this shit, huh?
It's not ain't nothing difficult about what it is that I do because when you okay, so a lot of people they have jobs and they say, "Oh, I hate this job and this, that, and the third about this job, whatever, whatever." Well, if you fall into a field, you know what I'm saying, that is not just a job, but it's a passion, you know what I'm saying, and you have, you know what I'm saying, a love for it, then it's not a job. You know what I'm saying? It's your life, it's your way, you know what I'm saying, of living. So when it comes to me dancing, writing music, you know what I'm saying, giving other people, you know what I'm saying, a way to connect with me and a way to, you know what I'm saying, set themselves free, even for a moment, you know what I'm saying, then I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if I can sit up there and change the lives of younger women so that they don't fall in the same footsteps as me, then I can save at least one soul, you know what I'm saying, then I am doing my job. You know what I'm saying? So that's I feel like that's what it's all about. It's about growth, it's about change, it's about acceptance, you know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, the next generation. It ain't about me no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with me. This is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger than me. So I live for a different purpose. You know what I'm saying? I live for a greater purpose. I live for the kids, you know what I'm saying, and what they see so that I can protect them and their minds and, you know what I'm saying, their bodies so that, you know what I'm saying, the same things that done happened in our history and our past or whatever like that, it does not repeat itself.
Let me tell you something. You are very motivating and inspiring young lady. And I think that the young ladies need that voice that you and those words that you talking. They need to take notes. Chill. And I think they need that. I think they need that. I think um I think you'll be the perfect candidate for that. I do. So when you go and you sit down and you write a song, right? What's your motivation?
My motivation is getting my point across, I guess, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, so even when, first of all, in school right now I am studying communication, always in forms of different communication. So when communicating, that can be texting, writing, email, you know what I'm saying, or any form of documentation. That's even by a picture. A picture has 1,000 words. So when I sit up there and I'm writing my music and the words and my thoughts, I know that my way of thinking can also influence the way that the younger generation might think. So, you know what I'm saying? If I change my thinking in the way that I feel about myself to a positive level and I put that positivity in my music and whatever it is that I'm writing, then, you know what I'm saying, I can guide them in a better, you know what I'm saying, situation in a better direction. So, you know what I'm saying? Even with, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, okay, our parents, they will sit up there and tell you that stove is hot. And what we go do? Still
That's
want to
some
go touch the
motherfucker.
stove. And my grandfather used to say, "Oh, you gonna be the one to learn it the hard way." You know what I'm saying? And I was a kind of child or whatever where I would still go and touch that fire. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes life is set up to where, you know what I'm saying, they let you fall and they let you fall into those, you know what I'm saying, situations so that you can learn because sometimes we decide to learn
Not
the hard
falling
way.
is grown.
Huh?
Not falling is grown.
Right. It's growing. Yeah,
Without the
growing
situation,
into.
You wouldn't know what happened if you touched that hot stove, right?
Right, I wouldn't have known exactly.
You know now, huh?
So yeah, I know.
That motherfucker hot,
Damn, this hot.
huh? That motherfucker hot, huh?
This is
See what I'm
real
saying?
hot.
So before we get up out of here, you heard me? Is that if there's anything that you want uh the viewers and potentially new listeners to your music to know about you, let them know.
Before I head out, you guys, I am talented queen. I want you guys to know that, you know what I'm saying, whatever obstacles that you might face in your life, you know what I'm saying, that you too can grow from it. That, you know what I'm saying, life is hard, but you know what I'm saying, you can be real, you can be harder. So, you know what I'm saying, like I just, pray for the children and those that are under me and those that might, you know what I'm saying, take what it is that, I've done and, you know what I'm saying, learn positivity from it, you know what I'm saying, and not, you know what I'm saying, charging, you know what I'm saying, it to my mind, but my heart, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, my heart has always been in the right place. And, you know what I'm saying, that's all really that, matters. When your heart is in the right place and you moving, you know what I'm saying, in the right directions or whatever, and allowing growth. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Women, I feel like we should open those doors that we have closed so tightly. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if I would open my door 5 years ago, I'd have probably been married and you know what I'm saying?
When your
Probably,
time
yeah, everybody has their time. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
was you thinking like this 5 years ago?
Yes.
You
But
it was
other
I
things
think
was
you sharpened it. You I
I've
these
always
young
wanted
ladies these
I've
young
always
ladies need
wanted
you.
I've always wanted marriage. And the thing is, okay, I get in a relationship and
Wait, say that one more
I be
time.
the
Say
one.
that one more time.
I get into a relationship,
Nah, before that, marriage.
marriage, yeah.
You don't hear a lot of especially a lot of female rap artists speaking about marriage. You are a star. You are a role model. You are amazing. You are. You are amazing.
I feel like, first of all, marriage is something that I've always seen, you know what I'm saying, within my generation, in my household. And, you know what I'm saying, my mother is married, my grandfather's, grandfather and grandmother was married. When I look out on social media and stuff like that, you see all these weddings, everybody married or whatever. The people that I look up to, and as far as artists and stuff like that, the ones that I look up to, they're married. So, you know what I'm saying? They not out playing little girl games. They not out, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, the first biggest thing that people talk about is loyalty. So how can cheating, you know what I'm saying, be loyal? So in order not to cheat, you have to be married, you know what I'm saying? And because I've never been married, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, it technically was cheating, but disloyal. You know what I'm
Boyfriend and
saying?
girlfriend ain't that's nowhere in the Bible.
Right. There's nowhere. And when I sign my paperwork, you know what I'm saying? That mud say, are you single? Are you a widow? Are you married? Don't say nothing about girlfriend and
Nothing
boyfriend.
about no boyfriend, girlfriend.
Exactly. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? There's something in my eyes, you know what I'm saying, that I guess I always wanted because I've always wanted family, union, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to give my kids something that I didn't grow up having. My mother and my father wasn't married, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like grew up in a broken home. I was both places. One minute I was with my mom and she taught me and raised me a different way
Yeah,
from how it
yeah,
was when I would go in the household with my dad. So, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I really didn't, you know what I'm saying, know from them per se. And then my grandmother, she was with her spouse for 40, 50 something years and they never got married. They just lived together. You know what I'm saying? So I picked up on those same habits and you know what I'm saying, me realizing, you know what I'm saying, that I love the Lord and I read my Bible, you know what I'm saying? And I know that, you know what I'm saying, to live in a household, you know what I'm saying, like that or whatever is living in sin. You know what I'm saying? I would
Yeah.
like to be you know, pure. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, marriage is my way to God. Marriage is my way to, you know what I'm saying, connecting with self. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't continue to self destruct. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you motivated me. You a gangster, dog. I salute you. You want to shout anybody out that you forgot? Because if you know you're gonna get the calls and your texts, so if you forgot anybody, I'm gonna I'm gonna leave you this time. You hear me? Did you forget anybody?
Um, Okay, so I know that I shouted out my parents. I shouted out, you know, my supporters. I shouted out people that love and care for me. I would like to shout out Mike. I would like to shout out my kids, and I would like to shout out my city because without, you know what I'm saying, where I come from, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't have got those life lessons. I wouldn't have got the growth. I wouldn't have got, you know what I'm saying, those experiences that I was brought through. You know what I'm saying, and
Your city
where
needs
where I come from is
your
the
city
biggest
needs you.
place.
Your city needs you.
You know what I'm saying?
They
And I
need
know,
an artist like you who think like you, who could put it in the words that you put it in, who's been
yeah,
through, ain't lying, really
right,
been through it, and can tell you the right way to go off of. You know, you ain't never turn your blanket on. You could teach other young females how to stay in their lane as well. You know,
right.
marriage. You the Bible, God. Woo woo. You talking that talk. You a role model. Pete another general to NOLA the podcast. You
Yeah,
keep your body clean, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed you. This ain't your last time on here, yeah?
Yes, sir. I
All right,
really
go
appreciate you.
go finish being great.
Yes, sir. And I'll be in my city soon.
All right, you're gonna have to do it live.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Bye.
From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all of that attention. I know what you're trying to say.
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen, you know, I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him, you feel me? So you know what I'm saying?